Hi, I'm Shem von Schroeck. Please check out my interview and all the other great interviews on forbassplayersonly.com.
Shem von Schroeck, right here. You've done orchestral things, you've done double bass, you've done lots of theater, performing, acting, you've done quite a bit of opera singing, and here we are outside the venue getting ready to do a Kenny Loggins show.
That's right.
So who are you? I want to lead up to that, but why don't you start briefly by telling me just a little bit about your musical upbringing.
Started on drums. My dad's a drummer first, jazz pianist, drummer. His dad played drums too. My brother was playing drums. We had 3 drum sets in the house, my poor mother.
Oh.
And my father said, somebody in this family has to play something other than the drums. So he got my brother a Fender Mustang bass. I was 12 at the time. He was 11. And it just kind of sat against the wall. He didn't play it much. And I would just pick it up and play with it. It just seemed to come naturally. Within 6 months, I was playing Teen Town. Woo. And playing the whole Close to the Edge album with Chris Squire. So it's something that felt natural. I was still a drummer first, drummer and a singer, but I gravitated to it, and as I got older, started playing it in bands, and fronted my original band with it. And when I moved to LA, there was more of a market for a singing bass player than there was anything else. So that just became the demand that I went for. I grew up in Idaho in my single-digit years. My dad's from New Jersey. My mom and dad are both from New Jersey. He came out of retirement, basically, came back to the East Coast, got involved heavily in the jingle industry, and went to high school there, college there, and then at age 23 I moved to LA to pursue my dreams.
Which were at the time?
I had an original band, I had original music I wanted to be the next Sting with my own band, and I thought the West Coast was the best place for me at the time, and I got involved. I met different artists, and I got recommended for gigs. Being a singing bass player is a huge advantage. When you sing and play, that's you're a little more in demand for the touring groups, and just met the right people along the way.
That leads to my next question. Okay, drums to Teen Town to LA, and the word opera is often used in describing your curriculum vitae. What's that all about?
That was always being played in the house. My father was a huge fan of Wagner, so at an early age he took me to see Wagner's Ring Cycle at 8 years old
all
in
of
Seattle.
Did you sit through the whole thing?
Sat through the whole thing at 8. Well, we knew the music because it was in the house, so we had all this preparatory lifestyle going on before we went and sat through the whole ring. It was great, and I always loved the music, and there was a small dream of mine that I might be able to sing this stuff, never thinking I'd ever do it. And about 10 years ago, I got the bug. I said, I'm going to try it. And within a couple of years, and after some training, I went to Germany and sang. And it was the most rewarding thing I've probably ever done, just inside.
You've got such a diverse background, all the things that you just told me about, and as I mentioned at the beginning here, you're about to go on with Kenny Loggins. How did that gig come about?
Again, it was a word of mouth recommendation. Freddie Washington was his bass player at the time. This is back in '94, so this is a few years back. And Freddie was going to be leaving to do a couple of Aaron Neville projects. And
he's with Steely Dan now.
Yeah,
I just interviewed him not too long ago.
So and that's the way these things happen. And I got the call to come in and sub for him, and met with Kenny. Drove up to his house in my little putt-putt car, saying, "Come on, car, you can make it to his house. You can break down on the way home. Just get there."
Where was that, in LA?
It was in Santa Barbara, so I had to drive 2 hours north from LA. And we had a great meeting, and 6 days later I was doing a live television show with him in New York. So it just worked out, and I've been with him on and off now for the last 19 years.
Oh my!
Yeah, so I've come and gone in stints with him, and just was fortunate enough to through that opportunity got asked to do a couple other artists, Christopher Cross and Marie Osmond for a while, Tom Jones.
So what's next for you? You're still young, you've still got a lot of energy. What else would you like to do that you haven't already accomplished?
Well, there's always, I'm building basses. The bass, fretless I'm playing tonight, I built. I didn't make the neck, but put the body together and took the frets out of that thing. So I've been experimenting with some Luther work, and that's rewarding to play something you made on a Kenny Loggins gig, and so that's just something I never thought I'd do, but I'm doing. I have an original project, a band project called the Apex, with a drummer friend of mine, Steve DeStanislaw. He plays with David Gilmour, and plays with me in Don Felder's band, and plays with Crosby, Stills and Nash as well. And he and I have what we call a power duo. I'm playing all the basses and guitars, and we're going to be doing an iTunes release here pretty soon. 3 songs, and then subsequent songs will release every 6 months or so.
We will watch for those.
Yeah,
we'll let everyone on For Bass Players Only know about them too.
The band's called the Apex. We're excited about that.
Shem von Schroeck, you opened it up for future interviews. There's so much more we can talk about, but we are out of time now. But thank you so much,
John.
Pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
And much luck and continued success to you always.
Thanks so much.
I'm Jon Liebman. You're watching For BassPlayersOnly.com.